this is about you.
I'm so scared.
You. I remember I was a junior in high school and we were shooting at our local gym that I shoot at all the time. It's in our neighborhood, probably like 10-minute walk. So it's not that big of a deal. But we were disagreeing so much while you were rebounding for me that you were like, I'm leaving you. And you did. You drove. You left me to walk home. And it's not that crazy because we lived in the suburbs of Oregon. Like, what's going to happen to me? Nothing.
Right.
But I rained on.
Exactly. No, literally.
Your hair is going to get messed
I
up.
was so baffled. I was like, this woman literally just left me.
Yeah. I don't remember that. However,
They never remember.
I don't remember that.
Never remember.
But if that's the worst, I did. But here's my deal. We were coached in an old school manner.
Yes.
You
Back in my day.
right? When I had to walk up the hill with no shoes on.
It's different now.
No, you don't talk back to your coach. And I think you got it twisted because I coached her for her AAU teams. And you're like, well, you're my mom. I can talk to you that way. And I was like, no.
Wait a minute.
No, you're not.
Back
She
in
was
our
telling
day,
me-
do you think I would talk to Granny Candy that way?
Right.
No. Granny Candy is my mother's mom. Candy Adams. Shout out to Candy Adams. And no, you wouldn't even look at her the wrong way.
No.
But
Same with my mom.
We are evolving.
So the grace that she just
we are
left you at
evolving.
the
We are
park,
evolving.
right?
Oh, that's a lot of grace.
We
she
are
was
breaking,
showing
we are
you.
breaking generational curses.
We are. Thank you.
Right?
But my beef with you is you were telling me to use the square. You've always told me to use the square when you shoot a shot to make it
You still
a bank
should.
shot.
You still should.
I don't want to shoot no bank shots.
And so she wouldn't, just in case, just to spite me. I told her, you're here on this earth because of the square. Use the square. Because
Explain that.
So when you take especially in any gym, depth perception can change. But if you use the square, you take that out of the equation. And so I'm like, just use when you shoot a bank shot and you're that close in, use the square. And she's just to spite me. She was like, no, I'm not going to. And so I broke into, you're here because I use the square. So I got a
Greg used the square.
I used.
Oh my gosh.
He hit all the squares. No.
See? We're the bad ones.
I'm done.
I had to do that for your dad because he just cannot. Yeah, sorry.
My point was
We're retiring.
I was able to get a college scholarship
Right.
because I
And then
did
you
that,
met
and
Greg.
hence I met your dad.
I get it.
And you came into being. So you should use squares.
In all facets of your life.
Use all the squares.
All right. Visuals not needed.
Oh gosh, y'all gonna mess my makeup up. Okay.
Wait, I know this isn't my confession, but do you remember when you left me at school, the school that you ran?
Yeah, I did. I left all y'all.
She had to drive by the building we were waiting for her at to get out of the school parking lot, and she left us.
And I
at
went
the
home and
building.
started cooking. And my sister called me, and I picked up the phone. Hey, and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What's up?" And she was like, "Did you forget something?"
Is it quiet in your house right
And
now?
I was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, I'm just cooking dinner." And she was like, she started laughing, and I said, "Well," and she was a teacher at the school, and I said, "No, I'm just cooking, watching TV." And she said, "Sonia, who are you cooking for?" And I was like, "My children." And mind you, the school was 45 minutes with
It's
no
far.
traffic away. So
Yeah.
I was like, "You think you can give them a ride?"
Like, how do you
literally,
I
forget?
didn't realize it was that far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Wow.
far.
Yeah,
but how do you forget all your children? Like, you literally have to drive by where we were at to leave.
Do you remember what you did while you were waiting?
I think we went to Granny's house.
Y'all were playing games.
Because my grandma lived like 5 minutes from the school, so I think we just
You
went
were
to her
fun.
house.
But that's a good story.
Anyways, my confession this week.
That wasn't good enough. That wasn't a good enough.
No, that was just
You
exposing
were
you.
traumatized from that. Okay.
Somehow we still turned out okay. My confession, since you're here, is I got my last spanking, if you will. I hate that
Okay,
word.
this isn't turning out well.
At
I left him at
16.
school, and now she's about to tell you.
That
this
doesn't mean
story.
I don't necessarily think that I didn't deserve it, because we just watched a movie and he left.
Oh,
no,
boy.
No.
Oh boy.
No, I was like 16 And I met this boy.
Young man.
He was like 20.
One.
Sydel.
No, he wasn't. He was 20. How old was he, Wesley?
Oh, Wesley's gonna be the truth teller.
She's
like, no.
He
She's like,
was
"Don't pull
20.
me in."
Somewhere around there. And
That is crazy.
my parents went to one of Seth's games at Duke, and he came over. We just literally, I'm grown, and I don't have anything to lie about. We just watched Kevin Hart laughing out loud, and then he went home.
Okay. But the backstory to that was this was the first time we let you stay home by yourself. And we said, okay, we're not going to make you go. Because usually with all of us, we had to go everywhere together. And you were the only one home at that time. Stephanie and Seth were gone.
Yes, I was 16. I was basically an only child at that point for the last 3 years.
And you were like, okay, you're 16. We're going to let you do it. This is a privilege. And then we find out that you invited this guy over. And I freaked out because I'm like, this grown man, and something could have happened to you. And we're at the game, and you turned out great. Thank God. But I kind of lost it, and that's the end of the story. Now we can move on with more
Wait,
confessions.
how did you meet
Any
him?
other confessions?
Through my cousins. I don't really remember. He just, I don't know.
That makes me feel better too.
I never snuck a guy in.
Oh, Grandma was on the prowl.
I know.
No way.
Verna would be like, who the hell is this?